All right, guys, just giving you guys a quick update. It's been a little while since I posted anything. Bus is good. Let's just jump right into that. The bus is good. Everything is good with the bus. Been using it, definitely. Even for short runs. That's actually about getting ready to go do here in a little bit. This good old hot Sunday in the South. Have not really had any zero issues. I mean, zero. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys a quick update on just things in general with the bus. So, and more about, too, my opinion on just how I feel about different coaches and just RVs in general and buses and whatnot. So, number one, let's just jump. For you guys that didn't get to see any of this stuff, here's our wet bay. It's nice and simple. Nice and simple. You have your two valves over on this side here. Your flush sides are on the other side. Each tank has a flush on it. We'll get to that on the other side. Here's the other side of the driver's side of the storage compartment ahead of the freshwater bay, or the wet bay rather. And it's a new installation here. I put this inverter in. It's wired into the main wiring. It's also wireless. I can cut it on and off from the phone, and I can also monitor and see how much power is being used, the temperature of the inverter, how much power is coming out of it, and a host of other things that I can monitor real time with the inverter. But I really like the fact that it is wireless, so I can Bluetooth it or whatever without having to get out and to cut it on or off. And if I did want to do that, this actually separates. This panel comes out and there's a long cord attached to it, and I could have mounted it in the bus, but why do that when it's wireless? And here's the battery bank that I put in for it and run everything off of, and it's been working out great. I mean, I have zero problems with it. It's more than enough power for what I need. And again, like I said, I wired it into the panel box, which brings me to the next installation that I've done, since you guys probably seen it. I did talk about this in, I think, some of my other posts. Some of you guys might remember, but I put an automatic transfer switch in. I took out the original one that was in here. It had the old style manual. You had to get out and switch it to shore power or switch it to generator power. So no more of that. That was a game changer, period. So it'll switch automatically between the inverter and the generator without me having to think about it. And then I just had to wire in, put a switch on the charge controller, so when we are running off of the inverter, we're not redundant and making a circle, because what'll happen is, if you don't know, you'll be trying to charge the batteries off of the inverter, which is running the charger that's trying to charge itself. So yeah, sounds crazy, right? So yeah, so just gotta switch that off when I'm running the inverter, so we're not trying to power the charger off of the inverter. There we go. But yeah, moving right along. These are my leveling ramps here, which I never really ever have to use. Generator. You guys remember this old guy that I had built? Still working like a charm, zero issues. And again, I'm one of those people when it comes to things like this and RVs, and I always am a fan of simplicity. I just like things to work, simple and work. I'm not really all into the glitz and the glam, of the creature comforts. I like creature comforts, don't get me wrong, but I like them to work. Just work. I don't want to get out and be enjoying myself with my family, and then I'm having issues with all these things because so much stuff is intertwined. which brings me back to, again, why I went with this design. I had the original Onan diesel, I think 6500 watt diesel that was initially in here, and I got rid of that because I had experiences with Onans for years. For those of you who don't know, I do have a RV channel where I documented my full-time living on, but nonetheless, dealing with those for the last 8 years that I've been in the RVs and buses, you don't know when you have a problem with those Onans, because they're all one unit. One thing goes wrong, it shuts the whole unit down, and then you're trying to troubleshoot. Did it shut down because you had low power, or did it shut down because, you know, there's something wrong with the engine? You know, it's just a headache when they're intertwined. This thing, they don't talk to each other. The engine runs, this thing is making power. Engine runs, this thing is making power. If this thing fails, this engine's still running. If I have an issue where this thing is not making power and everything's running, then I know exactly where I need to go. And it's just robust, it's reliable, and that's it. That's what I like. Reliable and works. So speaking of that, just simple. So this cooling system I put in here, this is actually the radiator and fan assembly out of a 2001 Honda Accord. Hoses and all to match. So that's just how simple I wanted this. But again, they don't talk to each other. As a matter of fact, you know, one time I did something and it was running and I wasn't making power, but everything was still running, and I knew it was right away that I tripped the breaker, came out, flipped the breaker, and we were good to go. So that's just how I like it. Simple. I like things to be simple. I talked about these today on the what do you call it, forum, about these double lights here, because I've seen a lot of the buses with one, but not with the top one. So got the top one working, which was the turn signal. This guy's always worked on both sides, but the both side turn signals didn't work due to a bad ground. Fixed that over the weekend. We are good to go. Same thing over here. Everything is good still. You guys remember that was that's the hot water tank. Again, simple. I was going to change it. I have a tankless hot water system that I was going to put in, and I decided not to put it in. Go to kitty. Decided not to put it in because this thing just works. It just simply works. I have zero problems with it. It's 20 gallons, more than what I need, and I have no issues. I mean, there's no need to mess with nothing that's working perfectly. So this is an extra tank for propane. The other propane is, guys, on the other side there. You guys remember I put the diesel heater in beginning of the year or something like that. Works fine. No issues with that. It's been good. There's the other side of the other the front storage bay with all my typical stuff, you know, self-explanatory. The other side of the wet bay with your flush valves, water pump, circuit breaker for our in the coach accessories for the refrigerator, water pump, all that good stuff, courtesy lights, things like that. It's all controlled from back here. And that's that. Let's go on in the inside. And again, you know, it's one of the reasons I went with the 4104, because simplicity. I like simplicity. Okay. Oh, I'm just doing a little cleaning. I think next thing on the list is to remove the carpet. I thought I might be able to get it clean, and I might actually still be able to get it clean, but I think I just want something different for the carpet and whatnot. And actually, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start this generator because it is blazing in here. So we just got a simple switch for ignition, glow plugs. I don't use this because I never need it. So yeah, there we go. And we'll go ahead and flick this air on. That'll come on here in a second once the transfer switch kicks in. Put in a trusty humidity and temperature gauge so we can monitor our humidity. And there's the air. The Fantastic fan has went in. It was another add-on. I don't know if you guys seen that when I did that installation of that. Again, simplicity there. Here is the I put in wireless propane tank monitors so we can check our propane on both of our tanks. Simply just push those guys, and yeah, and there we go. I know this is actually off because that tank should be about full, so I don't know. I might have to go check the sensor, but there it is. This guy here is my refrigerator monitor, so I can keep an eye on what's going on inside the fridge, on the freezer and the refrigerator. This top one is the fridge. That's the only one that this top one is the top one is the fridge. I was right. That's the only one that I'm using right now because I don't really ever need to know how cold the freezer is. I'm more concerned about the refrigerator. So, and if I know that refrigerator's cold, usually my freezer's pretty cold. But it works great. I have no issues with it. Although it's not on now because if it was 86 degrees, boy, we have a problem. And everything else in here is still the same. Last thing I had done in here, if you guys remember, was the new faucet. Let's get some lights. I did the new faucet and drain there. And since that was done, you guys remember I did the washer, which the drain was in that wet bay on the passenger side, ran right through. I didn't show you guys that. Oh, we updated the toilet. So we got the high sitting toilet, better flush on it, and that's pretty much it. Everything else still the same, bedroom and all. You guys remember I put the flat screens up back here, and that is it. That is it, man. So I just wanted to give you guys a update on what was going on, and like I said, right now I'm going to be working on figuring out with this carpet, and maybe we'll, I don't know, I'm been kicking that around. I'm kicking it around, and yeah, I'm kicking it around. So I got time. I might not even touch it until next summer, maybe. We'll see. You know, yeah, more than likely it's gonna be next summer before I even think about messing with the carpet. But I'm getting ready to put my dash cam in, and my got that going. Oh, speaking of dash cam, you guys remember I put the let me roll this thing up so you guys can see. Another add-on, almost forgot. We put backup camera in, and I did put that on the forum when I did that. That thing here was great. I mean, this thing is great. I don't know if it'll come up on the camera there, but I'll cut it on. Oh, speaking of cutting on, I'm just remembering everything that I did, guys. Added power outlets down here, dual outlets. So let's cut on our screen, and then we will cut on our camera. And there it is. I mean, you guys probably can't see it that well on the back, but it's showing the deck lid, because the deck lid is raised. But I had no issues with this since I've been using it. Go ahead and cut that off. And yeah, it's been working out pretty good. Yeah, so that's it. You guys remember the TV I put up there by the air conditioner? And here's my phone holder, right? And the reason I bring this up, it's a funny story, guys. I make these literally. This is not how this actually was. It had like some hooks there, and it expanded and closed it to match your phone size. I have about 4 of these different styles of these. I make these out of old broken ones that I either had, or friends of mine that are in trucking that broke theirs, or theirs just stopped working, the springs are stopped working. I've taken them and I've repurposed them and made them so that I can use them for my phones, because all of my phones have the same backing on them, and I can swap my phones with no problem, and the things, it just works. Matter of fact, I have an extra phone here, so I just put this one up here like that, and boom, and it's just, hang on, let me get it on there, just like that. Or I can put this one on there, flip you guys around. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I'm corny with my whole how I do it, but just want to give you guys a quick update, let you know everything's good. I'm getting ready to fire up Old Vic, and we are about to hit the road and go do some Sunday cruising. Peace out.